Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm going to be customizing a wig. I know a lot of you guys have asked me about like bleaching and plucking process and things of that nature. So I'm actually going to do a video for you guys today. So me and my stepsister, we both got wigs and she wanted me to customize hers somewhat. So I'm just going to show you guys exactly how I do that and the products that I use, yada yada. The hair that I'm going to be using today is from ISEE hair. This is the hair fresh out of the pack. I'm not going to customize it. I'm not going to say it came a certain way when it didn't. I always buy stuff from ISEE hair because honestly, they're like, the wigs last like a good amount of time in my opinion. I usually don't spend a lot on wigs, you know, because I ain't got it like that. But you know, it's okay. Y'all, so this is the wig. I'm just going to pin it down on my stand. I just wanted y'all to see the natural hairline and see how it is fresh out of the bag. This is how it came. As you can see, the hairline is really full. The knots are not bleached, but the lace is pretty transparent, which is great. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just bleach these knots real quick. And then I'm going to start plucking. Because to me, this is real wiggy. I know some people like really full in the front. I personally don't. She likes her wigs a little bit fuller. So I'm not going to exactly pluck this one like I would my own. I'm just going to like, you know, get rid of this line right here. And try to do it to the best of my abilities. So if y'all want to see how I get this thing looking right, stay tuned. Gonna need some Got To Be Glue freeze spray. Gonna need some 30 volume developer and some BW powder, a comb, a container with a little applicator brush. The reason for the Got To Be spray is so that when I put the bleach on, the Got To Be spray kind of put like a coat over the hair so that the bleach doesn't bleed through onto the actual hair strands and it only really gets to the knots. And the consistency of both really matters. So, you know, don't play around with this. Be generous. Just spray, spray, spray. Okay? And you wanna let this dry before putting on the bleach. So as this is drying, I'm gonna start my bleach mixture. Okay, so for the bleach, what I'm gonna do is take one of these. So scoop in half. And this is like a half a scoop. Well, a little more than a half. Let me just... 1 scoop and a half. That's basically all you need. Okay. So I'm going to take my developer. It doesn't matter what brand it usually is. I'm just going to put just a little in there. And I'm just going to stir. So the key is to gradually add a little bit more developer at a time to get the consistency that you need for your bleach mixture. With bleach, your eyes be burning, I'm trying to tell you. Okay, guys, so this is the kind of consistency that you want it to be, a little thick. If it's too watery, it'll seep through. And I was just not trying to get no blonde hairs, again, because this is my stepsister's wig and not mine. So I definitely didn't want to mess it up. For me, I can fix my own wigs, but yeah, so I just put it all over. Make sure you do get the front of the hairline. A lot of people kind of miss that, and that's basically the most important part, is getting the bleach on the front of the hairline and getting it evenly across the top. Now this, I did make it a little bit too thick along with the Got To Be spray, so I did have to bleach it again, and I'm going to show you guys that in just a second. But it's just important to get it all over the line. I'd rather have under bleached it than over bleached it because it's really hard to fix. You can't just use some dye, but I just like to, you know, be cautious the first time around. So I'm just going to evenly let that sit for about 15 minutes or so. and I'll be right back. See guys, like it barely bleached the knots. It was too thick. But I am still gonna rinse out the bleach after that 15 minutes, because at this point I didn't know then. So I'm rinsing out the bleach, and I still am gonna use the purple shampoo. This is like the off brand of the Shimmer Lights, but it works just as well. I think actually it works better. So yeah, I'm just gonna make sure that I rinse the hair out and everything, get the shampoo through so that it does not continue to process or whatever. So after I rinse this out, so as you can see, the knots are pretty much still black. So that's why I said I'm gonna have to bleach it again. But at this point, I just decided to try to pluck the hair a little bit before bleaching it one more time. I'm sorry, y'all. I really don't have like a technique that I use to pluck. I really just go random hairs. I try to avoid like the baby hairline. Wherever you see like that it gets really thick, I just try to pull and go straight back from there. On this wig, it said it came pre-plucked, but as you can see, it's not really plucked at all. So, this took me a little bit of time. And with the hair being wet, I don't like plucking wet hair because sometimes the tweezers slip and it's just like I'm plucking and nothing's happening. So sometimes when it's wet like this, I pull the hair to the front a little bit and just tweeze kind of like backwards, and that helps a lot. Okay, so here's like the middle of the hairline, like the top of the hair. So I'm just gonna go over that with the hot comb. The hair actually dried a little bit as I was plucking it. So just to really see, because the hot comb will really show you exactly how it's gonna look when it's dry. Because plucking wet hair, now I know like it's not my thing. I never really pluck the hair when it's wet, but I had to show you guys everything on camera. So I'm just gonna continue plucking. So the key to getting a nice hairline is rotate between plucking and hot comb. The hot comb will really show you the hairline in its natural state, and it'll make sure that you're not over plucking or under plucking the hairline. See how it looks so much better than it did in the beginning? But we're not done yet, so keep on watching. So y'all, like I said, I had to bleach it again. Although like the plucking, like it was fine and everything, but them knots had to go because it was not giving scalp. So I bleached it again and I let it sit for like another 25 minutes, but I ran out of 30 volume developer, so I had to use 20. So it's basically the same, except the consistency of the bleach was a little bit thinner. It was a little more of a watery consistency so it can penetrate through the hair. But I still use the Got to Be spray and all the steps that I showed you the first time. I just made the bleach a little bit more of a watery consistency so it can really penetrate and everything. And then I'm going to rinse this out with a purple shampoo again. I had to show y'all during the wash. You see how it's giving scalp. It's a little more realistic without like the really dark knots and everything. I'm going to show you once I put it on the actual wig head itself. But for right now, I'm just shampooing and conditioning the wig. So as y'all can see, I put it back on the wig head. But because it's wet, and I told y'all I don't like plucking on wet hair, so I'm just going to blow dry it real quick. Okay, so it's semi-dry here, so I just continue to pluck the hairline. I did a little bit off camera because this is actually a really long process, and it's kind of hard to do on camera, but I did it for you guys. And this is the final result right here. It's still semi-dry. I haven't flat ironed it or anything. I really tried to pluck on camera, but I just couldn't, y'all. But this is the final result. Please let me know if you have any questions, any concerns. DM me or like this video, and I'll see you guys next time.